You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 24th, 2023 meeting of the LaPorte County Regional Sewer and Water District Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Going to call the meeting of the LaPorte County Regional Sewer Board to order for October 24th, 2023. Can we please rise and salute the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
John Carr,
Here.
Marcella Kunstick,
Here.
Jerry Jackson. No. Mitch Bishop.
Here.
Delia Zegas.
Present.
Mark Danielson.
Present.
Amanda Laners.
Here.
Okay, we got 6 out of 7.
Okay. Minutes from October 3rd.
So move.
Make a second.
We have a motion second to approve the minutes from October 3rd. Any discussion? Questions? Proceed to vote. All in favor signify by word aye.
Nope, sorry. We got to do roll call. We have to
Oh,
yell
okay.
you on. Sorry.
All vote.
John Carr,
Aye.
Marcella,
Yes.
Mitch,
Yes.
Delia,
Aye.
Mark,
Yes.
Amanda.
Ayes have it.
Yes, you too.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay, moving on to public comment. Anyone wishing to speak needs to state their name, address for the record. We'll have 3 minutes to speak. Do we have anyone in the public for public comment? Public comment. Nobody? What about online? Do we have anybody online for public comment?
Anybody online want to speak? Nope.
Nobody? Okay. Public comments now closed. Moving on to reports. Steve Carter.
God damn it.
Good morning. For the month of September, you have financials and claims. Financials, starting with the Hudson-Saugony service area, ending balance in all accounts, $2,849,523.05. We had $12,768 in interest income for the month of September and paid out professional services of $128,672.44. For Rolling Prairie, we ended the month at $148,776.19. For the month, we had sales receipts of $11,279, disbursements of $2,808, interest income of $254, one reimbursement check to a homeowner of $1,000, and the loan principal to the county of $1,830. Of the $148,000, $117,727 is in the O&M account, $48,16 is in the debt service reserve, and $26,232 in the bond and interest account. Let's see, toll road ending balance for the month $439,920.17. One receipt for the month $26,960. Operating disbursements $23,465. Interest income $1,700. Breakdown of funds: operation and maintenance account ending balance $98,466, and the improvement fund for $341,454. Any questions on financials?
I just have a question for you or Jennifer. Is the toll road current? Because I seem to recall, and I could be wrong, that there was no receipt from last month's financials, and so we got one. So I mean, are they running a month behind?
I would have to double check, but
Okay.
I think if we got one, then it was probably I don't know what date we got it, but if they owe any, I think it's just this month.
Okay. I just want to make sure we don't get into the situation that we did before.
Yeah, well, the question is, did we get the month ago, even though they were gonna be a month behind? Did we get it or not?
Well, we got one on, according to Steve's financials, of 26,960. So yes, we got one.
So
So
then
if
that
we
would
got
mean
one-
they're still a month behind.
They owe this.
I don't think.
Without looking at the billing reports, I mean, my recollection is the same as Barry's, is that there was no collection in August.
Which means this would theoretically be, I mean,
Yeah, this
they
is-
may be lagging is what I'm getting at. And I don't mean they
this-
haven't paid, well, even if they haven't paid October, I don't know what day of the month they're supposed to be.
the end of the month. That's why I'm saying that this on here would be in September,
Yeah, but
because these are September financials.
Yeah, I thought they were like 3 months behind.
Well, they
we had
were.
discussion
They got
about
caught up.
Yeah.
but I'm just saying logically, if we didn't register a payment last month, which means they didn't make a payment in August, because that would have been that month,
I'm looking
right?
at my report that has an AR report on it and can tell us.
It's not life or death. I just don't want to get into a situation where we get 60 days or 90 days again with them.
Good, and I thought the last time we talked, we were going, if they were still behind, we were going to send them a.
Should be in the board.
But
They got paid-
do
they
think
got caught up.
though, Mark.
Completely when they were behind.
Yeah, they did.
So
Okay.
if they're behind,
It's new.
It's only this one.
Okay, all right, well, we'll watch it.
Do you want me to look this up or wait?
Well, it should be in the boardable packet, right? Because you sent out the OEM
looking at.
report.
I'm looking at.
I'll go ahead and move on to claims. If there aren't any more questions on financials. Some late additions that I gave you all an updated one this morning, but I did. Jennifer sent me, or Asbury sent out some what I call supplementary claims on Friday, and I was on vacation Friday, so I didn't see them and forgot to add them when I finalized this. So we have 5 invoices from Asbury that total around $1,000. And like I say, they are, if I can open them up here, they're all just like additional services related to materials, battery backup. It's one.
What's on here?
A lab, there's a $30 lab potability is one.
Potability was one.
Haloacetic acids lab, and gosh, I can't even pronounce that. Trihalomethanes lab. Sodium hypochlorite. It's chlorine, 55-gallon drum. And the last one is waste disposal. Looks like 2 months. Oh no, 1 month, half water, half sewer, $90.
Yeah, and the other one for last month is on this review.
So the revised total, $170,481.50.
What's your pleasure on claims?
Make the motion to approve.
Second,
We got a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any questions? Jennifer, proceed to vote.
John Carr,
Yes.
Marcella,
Yes.
Mitch,
Aye.
Delia. Aye. Mark,
aye,
Amanda.
Ayes have it. Moving on to Asbury.
Morning.
good morning.
My update is that I'm in the midst of scheduling ferric chloride and sludge hauling from the waste treatment plant. The testing that he was referring to are chlorine byproducts. I mean, since we add chlorine to the water, the state requires us to tests for chlorine byproducts in the water. And the update on the chlorine analyzers, I've ordered the parts and waiting on to receive them.
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
the inspection from IDEM, is that what you were talking about?
No.
Oh.
No, but I skipped over that part. We did have an inspection from IDEM, and there were a couple things that they're requiring us to do. Put a thermometer in the automatic sampler. Make sure that all our dissolved oxygen readings are being logged in correctly. So there's nothing that we've got to reply to the state, but we did. Tom Asbury did put that in the Asbury report, that the things that we were doing.
Okay. Because I was just curious. I thought maybe we had to respond to them regarding a deficiency or something. I didn't know in the
Yeah.
report.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chris, the TSS,
Total.
is that, how do you revise that?
I've already revised it. It's just a matter of me going online to the EPA website that in the DMRs, and I've made that correction already.
Okay.
Great.
And then the other stuff is all taken care of?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm still in the process of putting the thermometer in the automatic sampler. I've got it ordered, and I have it, but I haven't installed it yet.
Okay. And then was that related to the email that I got too about?
No, the state wants wants the information from the DMR QA is a process of our laboratory doing all the analysis and reporting them to the state, and it's been done correctly the last, I don't know, however many years we've been doing this. And just because they wanted an update on email and contact, they don't have all the other information. So I had to update all that information and resend the QC packet to them.
Okay, and is that what you sent me and copied me yesterday on? Last night or
Yes.
something? Okay.
Yes.
So that takes care of this requirement email and they have it. Everything's good
Yes.
there then. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll have to wait to see their response and make sure that that's all the
Okay.
information they need.
For sure.
Okay. Is there a way to follow up and make sure that they got it then this time?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else, Asbury? Moving on.
Nope, that's
That's it?
all I have.
All right, thanks, Chris. Moving on to JPR.
Yes. There is nothing more to report than what I have already in my billing and collection information there. Unless you guys have questions, we are doing collection letters and going to be processing liens first of the year. So new letters going out regular and certified mail. That's really it.
Wow, that's a lot of billing.
That toll road payment came in on September 6th, so I'm assuming that would be for the August invoice. I can't really tell from looking at this.
Yeah, I think that from what I looked at, it looks like they are like lagging 1 month, which is about what they do. But with that, their balance on the AR report in here is like 20
yeah,
something
28,000.
because of the fees.
Yeah, for the
So
penalty.
it's in this report.
Okay.
It's showing less than 30 days.
Yeah,
28,000.
that's what I'm saying.
488. Yep.
It's less than 30 days. They're not that far out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Phase two.
Okay. You guys have any other questions? for
Nope.
me?
Nope.
I think we're good.
Good?
Yep.
Okay, phase 2 update.
All right, thanks, guys. Just to remind you, last month I gave a little bit of an update on remaining funds for the Rolling Prairie Phase 2 project. We are sitting on about $74,000 remaining in grant funds. And last month I kind of listed off a list of stuff we were going to pursue. So most of that stuff is relying on vendor quotes, and I'm still waiting on quotes from vendors for that stuff. However, I did kind of do a little digging into some of the items and got some answers. So like a trailer mounted bypass pump, I figured if we'd be looking at buying one of those, we'd probably want one sized appropriately to handle Hudson Saugony when it comes through as well. The largest pump station at Hudson Saugony is capable of pumping about 800 gallons a minute. So I thought that should be the minimum size of the bypass. You're looking at somewhere between 50 and 75,000 for that alone. So also I got word, I reached out to SRF and I received word that they will not accept any improvements associated with the water system. So they won't allow the repair of the filter tanks or the purchase of a chlorine analyzer or anything like that to be used with these $74,000 of remaining funds. However, they did tell me that it is likely acceptable that we'd be able to roll those over into Hudson Saugony. But they had recommended that we kind of wait until the next funding cycle, which Ken is going to be updating in a little bit here. But I should have more info on vendor quotes on the like the spare pumps and VFDs and things like that at the next meeting when I get that stuff back from our vendor. Ken, or that's all I have for Rolling Prairie. Do you guys have anything else?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we'll roll on into Hudson Saugony now. Ken, do you want to give your funding update now before I jump into project update?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
So, just for those board members that that weren't aware or haven't been made aware of, we are not going to be looking at a bidding and a spring construction start for the Hudson Saugony, or for the Saugony Lake project, which we're calling Phase 1. There was some confusion relative to what we were asking for from the SRF viewpoint, so they did not include our project. However, they are still very interested in our project and been advised that we will remain on the project priority list within the fundable range going into 2024, and that we will be scored again in the spring of 24, and that we could expect that our project could proceed to bidding probably in early fall of or late summer or early fall, basically their first quarter of fiscal year 25, which starts July 1st of 2024. So I think we'll be in good shape relative to that. We'll isn't ideal, but it still gets us a project proceeding in 2024. Probably be looking at construction through the winter and completion in the spring of 25. And then we would like to follow up with the other probably 2 following phases. So right now, we're still being asked by SRF to do everything we can to procure additional funds to buy down the project to the approximate $100 a month rate. And so we have been going back and forth with the county council and county commissioners. John Carr's been helping me with that. This last meeting, which we hoped would be the potential for either for them to confirm that they are going to vote or that they were going to vote. Basically, there was no amount included in the advertisement, so they could not vote at the county council, the most recent county council. So that was delayed until this coming Monday, but now it appears that we might be delaying that till November 27th. And so I met in conference with Mitch and a gentleman by the name of Matt Reardon, who apparently has some engagement with the county commissioners and county council, and was recommended to kind of abbreviate our submittal to the council. And I've sent that back to Mitch and to Matt Reardon for comment, and I expect to get comments from them. But it looks like now the final vote by the council for 1.5 million from ARPA will happen at the end of November, as opposed to this next coming Monday.
Are we still going to that meeting though, Ken?
I have no problem going to the meeting.
Oh, no, you don't.
If they have questions or otherwise, I can certainly be there. I have no problem with that. It's already on my calendar.
Are you going, John?
So if you think it's wise,
Is there a need to go?
Probably not.
Huh?
It's not on the agenda.
So
Okay.
it's not on the agenda,
Okay,
so.
okay,
all right.
okay, all right.
Let's see what-
Well, I can always use another night off. So so I do have some correspondence out to Mitch and Matt Reardon. And when I was at the last council meeting, there were a couple council members that asked that we send them information in advance of their vote so they could ask questions that might even be logical or prudent to actually ask for meetings for some of those council members who we think might be on the fence. And during the council meeting, this last one, probably the most pointed questions came from, I think, the council member from District 1, Justin Kyle or Keel.
Keel.
And I'm more than happy to go meet with him and go over the project. He seemed like he was not going to be a positive vote, and he seemed like he has a voice within the council, so it might be good to spend some time with him, which I'm happy to do.
Okay.
I don't know, Mitch, if you and Matt think that's a good idea, I'm happy to arrange it.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, I'll get going on that.
Just for the board, we did, like Ken mentions, he did meet with myself and Matt Reardon for like an hour and a half last week, and most of it was geared to developing additional EDUs in the area, and not just the existing homes that council really wants to see. They not just serving the health issue potentially in the community, those issues regarding water quality and etc., but also future development. So I think that's a big component, is the addition of additional EDUs other than the existing homes that are there.
Well, haven't we said that's what it's going to bring? Haven't we made that?
Yeah, so let me discuss that a little bit at that point. Okay, so USDA is the resource that we are recommending and actually efforting to procure for the wastewater plant, because of the fact that we can look at 40-year term on the debt. And working with USDA, there are some stipulations and restrictions relative to that money. One is you are to be using that money for the existing constituents and for solving specifically the issues that exist in the community. You can build, and we routinely do, build in added capacity, but we can't build in unlimited capacity or even we have to be very careful that we're not demonstrating that we're spending USDA money for future development.
Okay.
That's the short answer.
Okay.
So currently, the way the facility is designed, we expect to be able to add another 155 to 200 EDUs to the existing system. There's going to be that much capacity. However, the way that the facility upgrade is being designed is to allow it to be easily upgraded in the future. So let's just make the assumption that we want to be able to develop capacity for 500 additional units. And that 500 additional units is, what is that real quickly? That's another 105,000 gallons a day in the wastewater plant. So that's probably going to be an upgrade to the facility at about 2.5 to 3 million. That equates to a very reasonable capital investment by that additional 500 EDUs. So it's setting the stage for this system to grow is exactly what we're doing. But we can't, and we would have to be very careful how we present future growth to USDA because it could be a complication. So, so what I'm saying is we can infill up there and even go outside of the immediate service area. Remember that the LaPorte County Regional Sewage District is border to border all of the unincorporated areas of the county. We can go outside of the service area. We can go into the next township and can connect those any residential development into the existing system without any issue. Of course, they have to pay their own way. If we're doing it adjacent to the service area or between the certain service area, we'll have pipe available. So that really makes sense. But 155 to 200 units is a pretty good kick. You know, that's what is that, 20% of our current customer base? So that's pretty good from an immediate standpoint. And then, so if we get into a development, let's say that we identify 2 or 3 additional subdivisions in the outlying area or even in the intermediate area between the 2 lakes, and it requires additional capacity, that can be done.
Okay.
These projects will have to pay their own way, obviously. We can't put that on the burden of the existing ratepayers. But that can be done. It can be financed the same way, maybe not through USDA, but through SRF. This board has the ability to issue a revenue bond to cover that work, and it can be incorporated into the rate of new customers. So the system really is building the backbone for growth in that part of the county. So I think we can say that without any concern. So.
All right.
Sounds good. It's just trying to get the council to understand.
Yeah, and so one way to think about it is this district has the ability to provide both utilities. It might be a little bit cumbersome to extend water all the way from the Indiana Toll Road Travel Plaza, but that isn't the only place you can find water in LaPorte County. So let's assume that, let's just take a wild guess and say some developer is going to step up and say, I want to surround the New Prairie High School campus with residential development. Can the district help me? The answer is absolutely yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, just to reiterate, we are working on phasing the project. We are going to continue to have updating conversations with SRF between now and the spring. I just received an email back from them on Friday of last week saying that we should expect to be able to go to bid and close on a loan in the first quarter of 2005 fiscal year, which is following July 1st of 2024.
So that's when we'll know.
So we should be good to go. And of course, we're asking them for their maximum, what they consider to be their maximum subsidization, which is $5 million in forgivable band. And to leverage that, we really do need $1.5 million from the county.
Okay. Hey, Ken,
Yeah.
I can set up and coordinate that meeting between you and Justin. Would you want one of us there?
I don't know.
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Whoever feels comfortable. I mean, I don't have a problem with them meeting with them by myself. That's not an
Okay.
issue.
Well, I can.
It always looks good when we have a trustee, you know.
Yeah, I can set that up.
Okay. Marcy, did you say you could set that up?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
good.
reach out to Justin today and see when he's open, and then I'll coordinate with you.
Okay, awesome, great, thank you.
Get my prescription. So she can.
Oh, and just a couple more things. So we conducted a meeting with EDA representative last week relative to a grant from the EDA for the future improvements of the wastewater facility. They're telling us that resource probably would top out about $2.5 million, but if it's grant money, it's worth going after.
Definitely.
They are a little bit hesitant to give us like, oh yeah, this fits perfectly because of the fact that it is really not building absolute infrastructure for an immediate, economic development investment or job creation investment. However, he did give us some hints on how we would want to position our application. I think it's worth it, and so we're going to pursue it. We also have already submitted information, just to remind you, to the READY program, and supposedly we still have until February to officially apply, but we're not going to wait. We're going to start having dialogue with the Northwest Indiana Forum as soon as they'll have dialogue with us. And then John and I had a good meeting with Congressman Yakin's office. I think I've told you this, and they seem to be very interested in this project, and so we'll keep that dialogue going as well. And in both cases, we're asking for probably a lot more than we'll get, but we're going to keep asking anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
All right, well, I'll continue on with the rest of the project update. On the memo that was attached, the updated project timeline was basically what Ken just described there, so that's why I had him take that first. Not much of a change since our last meeting. We're continuing to work with Asbury and our equipment vendors to determine what sort of plant expansion or related improvements to plant equipment would be required at the existing Travel Plaza 3 plant in order to better serve the increase in flows if just Saugony were to connect. Starting to get a better understanding of what that's going to entail. And on the collection system side of things, the Saugony Lake system's at about 75% complete, and we're going to keep pushing that for a permit submittal in the next few months, and then continuing on from there. I would like to note that with respect to geotech work, I know that had been kind of an ongoing thing for the last couple of months, that there were complaints about the quality of the restoration of the soil borings that had been done around the Hudson and Saugony Lake areas. I think we had a few members of the public come in and complain about it. I've been assured by Terracon that they have repaired all of the areas of concern. Was kind of having some trouble with one of their PMs who ended up leaving and being replaced by another guy that took care of it immediately. And then not really much of a change either on the land acquisition front. Continuing working on meeting with property owners and discussing easements and grinder station placement, and working on obtaining the pump station sites as well. So, you guys have any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Where we at? Executive committee? None. Vacant lot policy, preparing policy for Barry's review? None. Notice of statutory?
JPR is working on that, and we'll get that to Barry once it's ready for review.
Okay, new business. Next meeting, November 28th.
I think we skipped over the statutory exemption.
What
Just-
by that, John?
What's that?
Notice of statutory exemption and extension letters.
Oh, did I skip something?
Yeah.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
See,
Steve and I met with Amanda to review the process, and I think she is looking into a couple things on her end with the county attorney, and then will get back to us so we can get that information out, and then we'll, I think like we said before, we'll have two separate letters. One for the Saugony Lake customers, letting them know the status and their exemption timeline with explanation of everything. We'll just be adding in detailed information regarding the exemption process once Amanda and JPR get it all finalized and worked out. But we'll of course run that through Barry and get that ironed out. And then we'll have a second letter that will go out to Hudson Lake property owners indicating the phasing and a projected timeline.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Anything else under that?
I think that's enough.
Okay, new business.
I've got one other item under new business I forgot to discuss earlier. Probably need the board to authorize either Marcy or John to make a transfer from the Hoosier Fund to Horizon out of Hudson Saugony for $150,000 to cover current bills being paid today.
Who's your fund to Horizon?
Correct.
150K.
Yes.
Should it be more than that so we have a padding in there for the next few months?
There's like 18,000 in there now, and this month's bills are like 135,000. So
Should be okay.
Yeah, so that'll just be 1 month, and then we're going to transfer more next month if
Correct.
there's more. Is that
Yeah.
how you guys want to do it?
We could do it till for these next few months, I guess, and come up with a game plan going forward, I guess.
I think you should just put do you want to put any more in there?
300.
I mean, it's up to you.
Just so we don't have to keep going over and transferring.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's just
Right, because
losing a
we-
little bit of interest income, but that's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but
your
then we-
time
we
obviously
also
is
get
valuable
charged
and
fees,
it's a
right?
pain in the butt to do, so if you want to do 250,000, that's fine.
Will that get us
That'll
2
cover,
months?
that should cover us a couple of months.
Okay.
Nah, if there's only 18 in here and you're saying we're spending 138 today,
It's 270.
We're adding 250, that leaves us 130,000 for November payments.
okay. Whatever you guys feel like doing, it's up to you.
Maybe that's more of a, I mean, I don't know. JPR is the driving factor there, so I don't know what, outside of what's being paid today, what you would expect to have in an invoice next month.
I'll make a motion. We'll go ahead and transfer 275.
A second.
We got a motion and a second to transfer $275,000 from the Hoosier Fund to the Horizon Fund. Any questions on the motion? Jennifer, proceed to vote.
John,
Aye.
Marcella,
Yes.
Mitch,
yes.
Dahlia, aye. Mark,
Aye.
Amanda, all approved.
Ayes have it. Motion carries. Next meeting, November 28th. Any thoughts on that? That's Tuesday,
I might not be here, so.
of course.
I'm not here either.
I'm kidding.
Hold
So-
on, let me see.
So we have Marcella not here and Mitch not here.
Yeah.
I'll know more as we get closer.
Maybe in Vegas.
Hey,
Seriously.
I'm going.
are you
Uh,
serious?
Yeah.
You're going to be gone too?
It's not 100%, but I do have a trip scheduled for.
Okay, if you guys could just maybe let me know, so then if we need to change that date, I can work on getting it changed sooner.
I'm planning to be here.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mark.
within the first week, we'll let you know, Jennifer, for sure.
Okay, and also, I will be attending by Zoom. I think you guys saw my message, so
Yes.
if everybody can make sure they bring their,
Boardable.
yep, your boardable stuff.
Will we be able to mute you from right here?
No, but I can mute you.
Good response, Jennifer. Good response.
Okay, so, other than that, and then we'll have our, pre-agenda meeting, the 21st, so.
And then are we thinking, weren't we talking about moving December?
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that because it's right, after Christmas, I think, is what we were looking
Yes, the
at.
day after 26th.
Yeah, and no one wants to work that day. What are we thinking? Maybe move it up a week?
Yeah, I think that's the only option because there's not another week in December after that.
Call him back. He wants me to come out there and do something for free.
Ken, I'm gonna mute you.
19th?
Oh, sorry.
19th?
So we want to try for the 19th. I'll have to check and make sure the room's available, of course.
Okay.
For some reason. Yeah, I do too.
Oh, maybe I already scheduled it for the
I got it for
19th.
both days, the 19th
That's the
and
pre-agenda, Jennifer. That's why we
No,
did
there
the
was a
pre.
month. This is monthly board meeting.
I got it down for the 19th from 9 to 11.
Well, maybe let me check. Maybe I already did that in December,
You're
but
pretty
it's
on
been
it.
so long ago, I don't
Right.
I
remember.
got them for both days.
And then we would still want to keep, just so I know, so I can do this at the same time too. We still want to keep our fourth Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, I think so.
That's working out
Yeah.
pretty good for everyone. Gives us time to get everything together. Okay, for 2020. What is it for? Okay.
Okay.
All right, I will double check. I'll get on the website, and if we already noticed the 19th, then we're good.
John,
Yeah,
back.
I know. I don't read the back of the paper, just the front. If it's not on the front, we don't recognize it. Okay, old business, laptops and boardable software. Is there an update?
No, I kind of already covered that. We just need to
Okay.
make sure everybody has them for next month, please.
Okay, if you're having problems, just raise your hand and Jennifer will come over and hit you over the head with her laptop.
Right.
Moving on, rate ordinance, commercial properties, EDU information.
Rate ordinance, I did review a little bit with Barry. I think we need to have a meeting with Steve, because there are so many, we can start discussing it today if you want, but we need to determine what we're gonna be charging for the additional EDUs.
Okay.
Because there's different variants situations that we can use. And the examples that I've given Barry and Steve, all three of them have different ways of doing it.
Okay.
So we kind of need to discuss that and how we want to do it.
And it gets into the details of how you handle, for example, a coach house or a mother-in-law's apartment or some districts.
Elementary school.
Well, that's a little easy. Schools are a little easier.
School's
obviously, to
easy.
deal
This
with.
is-
It's the accessory dwelling units or 2 units that are the same house. It's some districts, for example, let's say you have a coach house or a apartment above your garage. Some districts might charge you an entire second EDU. Some it might be 0.25, 0.5.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
they're not as
You're getting into the weeds.
they're getting into the weeds
Right.
and they're not
Okay.
as, and they're all different.
And
So-
it's not as easy as just preparing
No.
an ordinance. These are definitions we need to make sure are in there the way we want them,
Okay.
and so that we can follow it. And that's why we need to have a meeting to determine how the board wants to go forward.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Set it up.
Let's do it.
All right.
Is that tomorrow or today?
Is it today after this meeting?
We can start if you want after this meeting and just, okay, all right, we can do it. I can pull it up and we can take a look at it.
Okay, Marcy's in.
Okay.
Okay, anything else under old business?
You all the time.
I don't believe so.
At a time.
So move.
Okay.
Second.
Second.
We got meeting a second to adjourn. Are there any questions on the motion? Jennifer, proceed to vote.
John,
Aye.
Marcella,
Yes.
Mitch,
Aye.
Delia,
Aye.
Mark, Amanda.
So if I
Ayes have it, meeting adjourned 9:46 a.m.